this video, we are going to start a new chapter, that is probability. I will try my level best to simplify this topic as much as possible. Okay. What is probability? A probability is a number that reflects the chance that a particular event will occur. What does that mean? It is a number expressing the chance of the occurrence of a given event. That is, we can express the chance using mathematics. And it's very important, the answers to any probability question vary from 0 to 1. Okay, just go to this picture, the first picture. You can see that the spectrum of probability that I indicated here. Here 0 means, do you see 0 here? This one. 0 means it is impossible, that event is not going to happen. Like throwing a dice and expecting a number 7. It is not going to happen, because on a dice we know numbers are from 1 to 6. So that event not going to happen. Then the maximum is 1. 1 means that event is going to happen surely. Like flipping a coin and expecting a head or tail. Definitely either head or tail will come, isn't it? So that is going to happen. Or sun will rise tomorrow. It's also a sure event. Or Friday will come after Thursday. So those type of events are sure events. Certainly it's going to happen. So its answer is always 1. So that you can see 1 there, that is the maximum value. And if you get an answer more than 1 or less than 0 means it is wrong. So probability is always starting from 0 to 1. Is it clear? And if you get an answer half means, you can see that half means that it might happen or might not happen. Okay, that is half. And we can express the answer in terms of percentage also. 0 means 0%, 1 means 100%, half means 50%. That's how it is. Okay. All other answers are in between 1.5 or 0.5. Like 1/4, 3/4, like 25%, 75%. It's like that. Most of the cases we express answer in fraction. Okay. Sometimes we can express in decimal or in percentage. That's how it is. Clear. So you can see that in the spectrum 0 means impossible, then half means even chance, 1 means it is certain or definite. All other cases are, we can see that very unlikely. Very unlikely means it is close to 0. Then unlikely means it's again just between 0 and half. Then likely means between half and 1 or close to half. Then very likely means it is close to 1. Then 1 means definitely it is going to happen. Is clear? All right. Now the pictures, these are the experiment that we do it in probability. Most of the cases, most commonly using experiment. These are the terminologies that you need to know if you study probability. First one is the experiment or trial. You can see the examples. With the help of example, you can understand very easily. The examples are: flip a coin, roll a dice, pick a ball from a bag with 3 red and 2 orange balls, draw a card from a pack of playing cards. These are the experiment that normally we do it. Usually we do it in probability questions. Then the next one is outcome. Outcome means a result of an experiment. For example, flip a coin, you are expecting what? Head or tail. Okay, so I just write one example there, head. Or roll a dice, you can expect a number from 1 to 6, isn't it? So I just write a number 2 there. Then if you pick a ball from a bag which contains 3 red balls and 2 orange balls, so it can be any one of that. So I just write one ball there, a red ball. Then if you draw a card from a pack of playing cards, so how many cards are there? Here jokers are excluded, so altogether 52 cards are there. So that one card is a red diamond king. So these are the outcomes, okay, of each experiment. Now the very important one, that is the sample space. This one, sample space, okay. What is sample space? Sample space means set of all possible outcomes of that particular experiment. Okay, and we are using capital letter S to represent sample space. So examples are mentioned here. We can see that flip a coin means the sample space is either head or tail. So you have to mention all of them. H or T you can expect, isn't it? Then roll a dice. You can see what it's a number that you can expect from 1 to 6, isn't it? When you roll a dice, it's either 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Any one of these 6 numbers can come. So all the possible outcomes together is known as sample space. Is it clear? Or when you pick a ball from a bag, so how many balls are there in the bag? 3 red plus 2 orange. Altogether 5 balls are there. So any one of these 5 balls can come. You can pick it out, isn't it? So I wrote the possible outcomes are R1, R2, R3, that is 3 red balls, or O1 and O2, that is 2 orange balls. Is it clear? All right. Now coming to the sample space of drawing a card. So how many cards are there in a packet? We have 52. You must know the distribution of cards. Okay. So in a pack of cards, we can see altogether 52 cards, where 26 of them red cards and 26 of them black cards. Out of 26 red cards, we can see 13 of them are hearts and 13 of them diamonds. You know already this one, I know. Then out of 26 black cards, 13 of them spades and 13 of them clubs, isn't it? So that's how the distribution of cards. So all of them together, 52 cards are there. Guys, now come to event. Okay, next terminology, event is very important one. What is event? Set of all favorable outcomes or outcomes you are interested in. With the help of an example, I will explain what is event. Look at this question. Roll a dice and expect an odd number. Okay, so here the outcomes that we are looking for is odd number. Okay, odd number. So here the random experiment is roll a dice, isn't it? So what is the sample space? You need to know the sample space first. That is very important. So S is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because you are rolling a dice. And we are using capital letters to represent event, same like sample space, but S is the only letter for sample space. You can use any other letters except S for event. Okay, so let me use letter A is representing event. So here what is that event? Odd number. So just pick it out, all the odd numbers from sample space. That is an event. So what are the odd numbers? 1 is there, 3 is there, and 5 is there. These are going to make event, isn't it? The members of this event. Guys, this bracket is known as set bracket. Set bracket we are using when you list some items. We are using set bracket in mathematics. Okay, so in mathematics mainly 3 brackets are there: closed bracket, open bracket, and set bracket. In probability we use this set bracket. Okay, so event here is 1, 3, 5. So that's how the event. Another one is, if you are looking for even numbers, then what are the members of event? Let me use capital letter B is representing even numbers. So the members of B are 2, 4, and 6. Is it clear? So that's how we are finding the members of event. Definitely you are finding it from the sample space. It can be a one member of sample space or more than one members of sample space. Sometimes sample set itself can be an event. Okay, like rolling a dice and you are expecting any number from 1 to 6, which means sample space and event they are same. Is it clear? Guys, now coming to the very important section, very important point. What is that? Formula for calculating probability. How do we calculate? You are rolling a dice, and what is the probability of getting an even number? Or tossing a coin, and what is the probability of getting a head? Okay, that type of question that normally comes under probability. So how do you calculate probability? So this is the formula. Probability of an event A can be anything that is asked in the question, is equal to number of members in the set A divided by number of members in the sample space. We need only numbers. So you need to know how many members are there in sample space and how many members are there in an event. That is number of favorable outcomes divided by number of possible outcomes. That is probability of an event. Let's do one question. It's very simple. It's not a difficult one. It is very simple. When you do a problem, you will understand more clearly. Alright guys, let's look at this example. Example number 1. Roll a dice and find the probability of getting a prime number. So here, what is the random experiment? What is the experiment or trial here? Roll a dice, isn't it? So just write the sample space. We need a sample space, or at least how many members are there in the sample space. So because you are just a beginner, it is better to write the sample space. So what are the members of sample space? Let me use a set bracket because you are rolling a dice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Isn't it? So these are the members of sample space. Okay. Now what is the question? Main question, you have to get a prime number. So this is our event, prime number. So let me use a letter A. What is letter A? Prime numbers. So just write it down, all the prime numbers. So what are the prime numbers from 1 to 6? The smallest prime number is 2, then 3, then 5. 1 is not a prime number. 2 is the prime number. Smallest prime number is 2. So after rolling a dice, if 2 comes, our event will happen, or 3 comes, that event will happen, or 5, any one of these 3 numbers come, that event will. So you have to write all the favorable outcomes. Is it clear? So 3 members are there in event A. Clear? Now I'm going to calculate what is the probability of A, or probability of getting a prime number. Probability of A is number of elements in A divided by number of elements in S. Denominator is always the same thing, number of sample space. The numerator, question to question, it will change. Clear? So here, number of elements in A, how many members are there in A? 1, 2, 3 members are there, divided by how many members are in sample space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, isn't it? 6 members are there. So the answer is, when you simplify, answer is 1/2 or 0,5. Is it clear? This is how we do probability questions. We need to know sample space and event that is asked in the question. Then we can do it. It's a very simple one. It's not a difficult one. All of you can easily get mark here in this type of questions. Okay, guys, this is the homework for this video. Roll a dice and find the probability of getting a number divisible by 3. So you know how to do it. Rolling a dice means you know what is the sample space, and in that sample space members, you have to find out how many numbers are there divisible by 3. That is going to be the event. Is it clear? So just try yourself. Alright, you will see more probability related questions in my next videos. I sincerely appreciate you watching this video. All the best.